Hello, y'all. We're back again. It looks like this is going to be a temporary theme on this channel, so the colorism and featurism talk continues yet again, honey. So now we're on to episode 4 of Basketball Wives, and people are now saying, oh, some people feeling like they've been vindicated because the clips are showing that, oh, some folks are coming up to OG and it seemed like they're being remorseful, and which I do believe it for Malaysia and being remorseful and stuff. Christian, I believe, is on some bullshit still from what I said from my last video, as if she ain't been educated on this thoroughly. So Christian can miss me with the bullshit. Now Malaysia, I'm going to give her a little bit more leeway. And as far as the other girls, honey, OG is breaking the fourth wall again. Because see, people are taking this darn going clips at face value. And when darn gone OG said, girl, don't act like you haven't known the conversation we done said about Lance. See, the girls are being introduced as if they are just being around the girls for the first time. But we know they done already been briefed on the girls coming in and stuff. Like, they done had to have COVID testing and everything else. They've already been prepped and everything. And Shani being, producer of the show, she already knew about the girls' arrivals and shit. So this is all the stuff that people don't think about in the grand scheme of things. OG is not giving a fuck. She ain't playing to the term of Basketball Wives. She's saying, fuck this darn gone, oh, we acting like we don't know who these girls are. We done already been around them unbeknownst to everybody on TV looking for weeks at a time. So now that they coming up on our screen, we supposed to act like we don't know them. Honey, we done been new to TV. So that's what we about to get next week with that. But some people feeling bitch, no, you still darn on a self-hating, darn on booger sugar, darn on fish-looking trollop. So sit your darn on goofy ass down, and you know who the fuck you are, honey. Still wanting to darn on talk shit with your old self-hating black ass. But anyways, this ain't about that non-motherfucking factor. This is about OG and what she got wrong. And what she got wrong is not standing up for herself. What she got wrong is not having past issues about, what people have said to her that has gone into her adulthood, which doesn't make it okay for somebody to still say that and, oh, you should have tough skin. That's not my issue. The issue that I have with OG, because once again, I can understand where OG is coming from, that, everybody's playing up for these cameras and making it seem like I got to, play and be remorseful and all this, and it's like, no, I don't have to play nice with you. If I don't fuck with you, I just don't fuck with you. I don't have to darn go do all this lovey-dovey, kissy-kissy and all this bullshit. Let me darn gonna be. And y'all forcing me, and people saying, why don't she just go? We know damn well that her ass is forcing a contract just like Tammy is. But at this point, I think darn gone OG is playing the game of, well, I'm going to damage the brand so y'all can force my contract to be short. That's what I think really going on. Because y'all saying that, okay, well, if you want to keep the distance from them, it's hypocritical that you being around the circle. And yes, but at the same time, we got to think about, contractual obligations. And the thing is this subject is bringing people in. This subject, whether you like it or not, is making people tune in. And I think darn gone OG is trying to use it as a way. So if it damages the brand enough, it's like, okay, y'all either going to get rid of her ass or the show going to go under. So I think she really playing the game to her favor to go ahead and get on out her contract so she can be freed up to do other things. It's not as simple as just walking away. Because if it was just that simple, honey, Tammy Roman, honey, done told her she would have did it years ago. But she had to darn going literally distance herself and do everything to force herself out the contract to the point where they let her go halfway throughout the season. And I think that's the game that OG is trying to go at. And I don't blame her. But the only thing that she got wrong in her stance is the term Eurocentric features, which I see as commonly misused. I don't subscribe to the concept of Eurocentric features only because we know as black people, We hold the genetic code to make every type of generic variation there is in the world. So, you know, whether that be blonde hair, blue eyes, straight blonde hair, green eyes, gray eyes, we have the genetic code to have all of those traits independent of European DNA. We don't have to be mixed with anything to carry those types of traits, because we have that within our DNA. We're the only race of people where we have the genetic code to make everybody else. So we can be light skinned, we can be ethnically or bigoted, as you want to say, without being mixed with anything else. So I want to debunk the term Eurocentric features, because when she was going at it with Christian, she made the mistake of saying, well, you have your features because you are you know, black American, you know, us being mixed with European DNA and this, that, and the third. And in some of our cases, you know, with Christian being Louisianan, you know, from New Orleans. I think she might also be Creole, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Or she just regular, you know, a regular Louisianan. And you know, me being a Carolinian, you know, a lot of us from the Carolinas have trace amounts of Cherokee DNA and whatnot. And so there's a little bit of truth to it, but ultimately it's a fallacy, because of the point that, you know, I can point to people that are not mixed that have the same features and stuff that me and Christian has. For example, you got her own tribe. Let's start with the... Y'all said she was Igbo. But, you know, Nigerian people in general, I can show y'all some Yoruba women who are not mixed with anything, who have, you know, the thinner nose and the thinner lips or whatnot. Then we got Ethiopians. Then we also got Somalians. What else we have? So Sadansi people. So it's like on the motherland, you got different cultures and ethnic groups who are 5, 6, 7 shades darker than me, or a few shades lighter than me, who, you know, you got Ghanaians who might be brown skin but with a wide nose. You got Sadansi people who might be 5 shades darker than me with a thinner nose, thinner lips. So it's like, I don't subscribe to the term that if somebody in America has thin lips or a thin nose, it's automatically because they have a large amount of European DNA. Y'all seen my DNA results. I'm 80% African, and my nose is thinner than an average American, and some of them are 60-70% darn gone black. So I'm more blacker than the average black American person with a thinner nose. So that goes and debunks that right there, that, you know, European, you know, genetics does not automatically play a part, especially at 20%. Now, of course, some recessive traits can show visibly up, but for the most part, you have people who do not have European traits at all who have similar features. And even if we go into hair type, y'all know this is a twist out. My hair has been damaged for quite some time. It's free, but when my hair was at its healthiest, I would say my hair is a combination of 3C, 4A, 4B. I included some pictures over here of what my hair looked like when it was short, when it was, you know, in its most healthiest state. Like, I have a up in here before I lost all this, honey. My hair was super curly, like it had a visible tight. It's not a coil, but like it is a visible curl, you know, a visible tight S curl pattern. Like it's a loose curl, but it's not like a Shirley Temple curl. So that's what I describe as type 3C hair. Like, whereas it's a very tight but noticeable spring-like curl. And then you got the 4A, which is the very tight corkscrew coils. And then you got the 4B hair, which is like the very tight zigzaggy, which almost mirrors 4C, but it has a noticeable coil pattern to it. And then the 4C hair is the very tight old ringlets that just forms a seemingly non-curl pattern. But if you look close up, you know, the hair is full of very tight old circular, you know, coils. So yeah, my hair is a combination of 3C, 4A, 4B. And then Christian, she looks like she's maybe 3B, 3C. But us, we're dominantly black. Who else can I use as an example? We could use Beyonce. Beyonce is a 3A, 3B hair texture. Here she go right here. Now, granted, Tina is Creole and whatnot, but they're dominantly still black, more mixes black people. And then you got Matthew, who is a black American. So she don't have no immediate European ancestry. And she got curly hair. So once again, it does not... You don't necessarily have to be biracial or overtly mixed to have curly hair or, you know, thinner, more European acceptable features. That's what I like to say it is. It's more European tolerable, European acceptable features, but it shouldn't be said as Eurocentric, because I do not have a super... When you say Eurocentric, I'm thinking like an Anglo pointy nose, you know, Christian, which even then, you know, Africans can have super thin lips. Only the European is going to have that real pointy darn on Anglo-like nose, which I don't see too many black people with that, to be honest with you. But yeah, I don't subscribe to the term Eurocentric in that context. But what are y'all thoughts on that, y'all? Like I said, I think the term is more European acceptable, because the thing is, in this day and age, they're trying to look more like a mixed race to a light-skinned black woman nowadays anyways. Most white people are doing the blackfishing, and they're trying to look like the Beyonce. So we can't say that in this day and age, people are trying to look white, because even the white people ain't trying to look white. And even down to the wigs and shit. I don't know. I say this once, I say this again. Just like we carry the genetic code for features, we carry the genetic code for hair as well. And straight hair does not belong to any race of people, nor does the color blonde. Blonde is a recessive trait which has been proven by doctors that black people can equally have the propensity to have blonde hair compared to white people. It's just we're so more used to seeing white people with blonde hair compared to the average everyday black person that, you know, it seems like it would be more rare, but actually studies have shown that black people are just as likely to have blonde hair as white people is. Blonde hair, even on white people, is rare. It's a recessive trait. And if you have blonde hair and blue eyes, that is a double recessive trait that's even more rare. You either going to have like blonde hair with green eyes, blonde hair with brown eyes, brown hair, brown hair and blue eyes, but to have blue eyes and blonde hair is extremely rare within itself. And then when you throw red into the mix, that's even darn gone rare. But guess what? You can find plenty of Africans who naturally have sandish, reddish tone hair as well, without being mixed with any European DNA, which once again proves the point that we carry the genetic code for everything. So once again, I do not subscribe to the term Eurocentric. I subscribe to the term more Eurocentric, European acceptable, European tolerable, more European palatable. I subscribe to saying stuff like that as opposed to saying my features are Eurocentric, because like I said, I can look to plenty of people in the motherland that has my features, that has my hair, and, you know, are blessed to have more of my hair. You know, we going to get this corrected, y'all. Someday, but it will not be today. But that is it, y'all. Y'all leave y'all thoughts on this subject. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.